Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mickey Clayton, the coach, and we're here, the Claflin Athletics Show, season number 3. And we have a completely different kind of show, but again, kind of similar. Again, with the students, we have Janelle Sample, Stephen Dauway II, with the Claflin Content Creation Team. Welcome to the show, y'all.
Thank you for having us.
I knew something was going on just seeing what was going on with social media. I knew there had been a rebirth of something that was exploding all over everywhere. I need y'all. So now I found out you two are behind that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Tell us how that got started.
Well, I'll let you explain first because you kind of been here.
Okay. Well, ever since I've been here, I've seen that we probably should, get some newer content out there, a younger feel almost. And I've always been interested in stuff like that. So I try to get my input here and there. And then they started to listen to me. I started taking pictures here, but not quite having control of like what is put out fully. But then that's where Steph came in, and you could.
Yeah, so I got in contact with the athletic director Tony O'Neill, and he was kind of working with me. I've been doing videography since I've been in high school and sports content creation. So me and him got involved, and he wanted to give me a shot. So now I'm here. I'm working with Janelle. She's been having stuff going on, and we kind of just tag teaming and putting things together to kind of see what we can try to get that new feel that everybody's looking for.
Not Steven, Stefan. So you changed your pronunciation after Curry started hitting all those jumpers. You became Stefan then, or that was the way it was from the beginning?
No, that's the way it was. My name always been Stephen, but people will call me Steven, and I'll respond.
Okay. Well, Mr. O'Neill and I actually have been talking about this for a long time. He's had this vision, and he just never could get the right people in place to make it happen. But based on what I'm seeing, you two are really doing a pretty good job with the content you're putting out.
Thank you. We're trying.
Yeah, we were hoping to get it moving and get some new things going. So thank you.
Oh, no, that's when you go to some of the things that you're doing. I asked T.O., I said, what's really going on? Because this is completely new for what I've been seeing with Claflin Athletics, and it just has a lot of energy to it. So what was your goal in terms of doing it? What was your intent?
Well, for me, it probably would be for us to be consistent with it and just giving a whole new look. It's a more professional look.
And then for me, I believe Claflin has a story. My grandparents were here. My mom and dad went here, and for years, like on social media, at least since I've been old enough to remember and be on social media, Claflin Athletics hasn't had a major presence as far as a professional look or like the more updated look that all the other athletic pages have. So for me, I want to be able to tell Claflin's story and get it out there and get it out there in a cinematic way because cinematography is a great way to tell a story. So.
Okay, so you've been doing this since high school.
I have my older cousin. He works for the New York Giants. He's head of production there, and I just kind of been under his wing ever since, trying to learn as much as I can and follow his footsteps.
What do you think the biggest challenge has been with what you two are doing?
For me, it probably would be getting out and having the time to go to other sports practices because I am still playing right now. So that would be the biggest challenge for me, just managing my time with everything I have going on.
For me, I'm not currently an athlete anymore, but I am still in school. I've graduated, but I'm taking more classes to attain another degree, and just being able to balance school and actually working what's going on here because we are pretty much taking care of all the sports at this point as far as social media is concerned. So just being able to juggle normal life with still kind of being able to keep up with almost like a job. So it's really what it is. I treat it full time because I want to be able to put out the best content. So just juggling those two things and just balancing life.
How have the students responded to what you're doing?
They're really excited. I'm around them all day, every day, so I'm always hearing stuff about So I'm getting texts like, "Who's behind this post? Wow, this looks legit. This looks good. These pictures look good." So they really like it, and I'm trying to have it be that way, so it's not such a surprise. So yeah.
For me, I'm not on campus, so I don't really hear too much from the students. But what I have heard from some of the staff is everybody's enjoying it so far, and the new feeling and the look. So good feedback so far, but always looking for feedback, whether it's good or negative, so we can kind of put out there we can put good content out there.
What have you put out that surprised you with how much people really enjoyed it? What have you put out that you were like, wow, this piece is done really good?
Um,
I would probably say the best thing that we put out yet is we dropped a volleyball video today that he actually did. So I feel like that was the best thing we've put out so far.
And I've been stalking our social media page. They've been eating up Janelle's posts as far as the like 5 days out, 3 days out. Like people seem to be enjoying the new graphics that we got on the page as far as game day and leading up to game day. So I think those are probably the two things that everybody's been enjoying the most.
Okay. What do you have in store that you want to do that you haven't had a chance to get to yet?
Um, I would say probably working with cross country because they probably suffered the most with not having pictures, not having content out there. So just getting the sports involved that haven't been involved in the content creation piece here at Claflin.
For me, getting more stories about the athletes. Like we got so many athletes here with so many different stories, different backgrounds, come from different places. So trying to get their stories and get them out there because they're athletes, but like we don't know our athletes. How good are we to support them?
Okay, go a little bit more into detail about that.
I want to be able to do that in their lives. Like I want to be able to follow maybe a student athlete for a day and kind of get their daily routine and what they do. Because I mean, as outsiders or maybe as fans of certain sports or just supporters, we only get to see them for that 30 minutes down the court or that 10 seconds down the track or however long they're on the volleyball court. So getting to know them on a deeper level or maybe what they deal with, maybe not so much personal, but just everyday class, day to day, start to finish, getting those type of things. And I want to get some more long form content like CIAA week. I want to be able to vlog that and maybe document it because like that's an event within itself. So getting out more long form content and then just keeping social media fresh with anything other than highlights because highlights you get those anywhere. So really just trying to tell a story and getting different things out there.
I'm really excited about that because you can get the highlights of an activity, but you going behind the scenes and revealing and telling more about the students is exactly what we were trying to do with the Claflin Athletics Show. And it was always kind of frustrating as we did it. Even with Janelle, we would talk to them, and a lot of the students would say, I didn't even know we had a show. And we would have people that actually interviewed on the show, and their teammates would get mad because they didn't even tell them about it. So for us, in terms of what we've done, this is our third year actually having the Claflin Athletics Show that we actually have on our Roku channel. And on Thursdays, all day Thursdays, 24 hours a day, it's just different Claflin stories that we've been able to accumulate and put up. And this story will go up this week on our Roku channel and on our mobile apps. So I'm excited about the ability that you have to reach and touch the students, because I've been curious because I've been seeing the content and it's really fresh content that y'all are putting out there.
I'm looking for that too, but I'm also looking to hopefully moving forward if we can get some other students involved that have aspirations of getting into sports content. Maybe not right now, but in the future, getting some more hands on deck, and we'll be able to put out way better content when you got more help, you got more angles, and just more possibilities. So hopefully, be able to get some students that are on campus that may not be athletes, but still can get a piece of the action, still get to learn something new, and hopefully build their resumes.
Oh, it's an excellent resume builder for those students that do that and pursue it, that you're actually getting hands-on experience that you could use in your dossier moving forward with it. You know, you've done something. Well, I know, Janelle, probably the basketball team is your favorite, but Do you have a favorite team that you like working with?
Yours would be basketball.
Yeah, mine is definitely basketball.
Claflin would probably be basketball. Sport overall, probably football. I enjoy football. Just getting some of those angles. But as far as what Claflin has, it'd be basketball. I enjoy basketball for sure.
Okay. So do you get it all an opportunity? Are you doing the basketball camps? Some of the promos I've seen on that.
Yes. So, because Dunlap is having a camp September 15th, and we will definitely be out there getting content for that, and just bringing light to this camp that he's having, which is the first he's having here. So, we will definitely be out there.
How well received are you by the student athletes themselves?
I think they love us getting more content of them, because even before we started this, it was always a thing of like questioning, like, when are we gonna be posted, or can we have photo shoots here? Can we have videos and stuff? So it was something that was longed for by the athletes. So I'm definitely seeing the appreciation now.
What are you doing outside of the traditional stand and pose photo shoots? What I know that both of you are very creative in terms of how you want to do it, but what do you do to make it outside of the norm and more non-traditional?
Let's talk about the video.
Yeah, so for me, we got a hype video coming out, so everybody pretty much see that today during the volleyball game. But as far as like getting stuff out of the norms, like just white background or a green screen, we want to be able to utilize the community too. So there's some stores or places within the community. I know we'll be able to use the athlete set, places around campus, just to get some more diversity within how we take our pictures and the content we post. So I got a couple ideas. I don't want to put them out there just yet, but there'll definitely be some different content coming, and some remakes. I know I like just something to just put out there, like music videos, remaking music videos, but replacing them with athletes and fitting their concepts. So things like that.
Okay, and the coaches, how have they been with what you're doing?
Um, the coaches like it too. Maybe not as much as the players, but um, they're cool with it. They're okay with it.
As a former coach, it's always a fine line. Coaches want and really kind of expect the attention and publicity, but they don't really want it to interfere with their normal schedule.
Right.
I can say this: every coach that I've encountered and worked with so far has been very welcoming. As far as me being in practice, if I need to come on the court and get a shot, they welcome me. And like, as long as I'm not interfering, they've been pretty good about us being around. I think they're enjoying the content too. So,
Having done what we've done and do for a long time, the sport that you like the most is football, and that's probably the hardest sport to work with. Fortunately, you don't have it there at Claflin, but the football coaches are really kind of unbending. The basketball coaches are always a lot more outgoing than men and women, because in most institutions, football is the king and basketball isn't. It's always that secondary sport. But at Claflin, without football, your basketball teams, men and women, really moves the student body needle.
it does. I would agree with that.
Y'all have something up your sleeve that you have planned? You have to tell me, but for Claflin homecoming and all?
You got anything in mind that you think
We
can?
have stuff in mind, but we don't want to put it out just yet, because we still have stuff that we have to get to before that. So
Yeah.
definitely something big and different than ever done before, though.
I'll say some different content that may be coming up is just like more behind the scenes on traveling with the team and stuff like that, because we'll just be able to capture things like that, being able to travel with the team for away games. I don't think anybody ever gets to see that process of what athletes go through here as far as traveling. Like, we know they leave, we see the score posted, and then they come back. So seeing things like that would be different, I think, going forward, just as something to switch it up and like maybe what to expect going forward without saying too much.
Well, you asked me a good question. I had an idea. Once we get off air, we could talk a little bit and I can share some of my thoughts with you. I love the ingenuity and the energy that you two have. Really kind of typical of what I've experienced with Claflin people. Just that wholesome, just kind of energy. Let's get the job done, and we're gonna find a way because we Claflin Panthers, so we're gonna show people who we are. Now I just love that with y'all. When they told me that, oh, we got somebody that needs to be on the show, and I was like, okay. And then they said the content creation. I said, oh yeah, we need to have them on the show as soon as possible, and set them up to come back on the show later because they're gonna have all kind of stuff. I've seen it, and I have repetitively said it during this interview. I have seen some of your work, and I was like, something's going on. I don't know what it is, but something's going on. Y'all are really doing a really good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, the only thing is, I like the fact that you're trying to get more people involved, because it's going to be wearing, especially Janelle, with you with this basketball season when it comes. And how do you think you're going to be able to maintain your focus and energy when basketball and classes take so much of your time?
Well, this year I don't have as many classes as I did before because I did graduate in December. So now I'm just on to my master's, and it's only a few classes online. So that will take a little bit less of the load off. So as far as basketball and content creating, I've always juggled the two. It hasn't been to this extent. So I think I'll handle it well though. So I'm not too worried, but I also will need to find a way to balance it all. So
And the other part of that is being able to get your body rest that you're going to need to be able to compete athletically, because it's going to take a toll on your body physically, because basketball does that anyway. Just any sport that you participate in, it's like we always say, you never are 100% once the season starts, because there's always something that's going on with you.
right. I'm just gonna plan to use my time well. Like this year we'll be traveling a lot. So, just using the time on the bus, I have nothing to do. I'm just stuck there with my computer. So I'll just be, working on the bus there and back. So yeah.
Where do you draw the line in terms of what you see in tape and edit and what you actually produce? Because a lot of times when you're behind the scenes, you go across things that you kind of have to edit before you present them to everybody else.
I guess just keeping up with the Claflin standard. If we, film something and it's not there, we'll definitely cut it out. And we're also very hard on ourselves, so we don't want to put anything that we don't like out. So, just try to get the best content that we possibly can, I would say.
I would follow up and say the same thing. Keeping up with the standard. Claflin has an image that not just they want to portray, but they want to keep up with, because it's not just an image; it's just how they carry themselves. My grandparents have always told me, like, you could just see a Claflin student when they walk by in Orangeburg, you just know. So, like, taking that same ideology, taking that same way of thinking, and putting it into our content creation, we don't want to put out anything that doesn't represent Claflin and what it stands for.
Has Claflin been the place you've always wanted to come to school?
For me,
Yes.
I actually did end up going to Claflin. I went to Claflin for a year, but I was blessed with the opportunity to run track and field at a Division I level, and I went after it. I really wanted that money and the opportunity to just run at the next level, and I did. I did 3 years at Upstate, but I did a year at Claflin, and it was probably my best year of college. It's nothing like an HBCU experience. And then my parents went here. I pretty much grew up on this campus. I've been coming here for events for a long time, so it's like home. It's like a second home for me for sure.
Okay, Janelle, you've been here your whole collegiate career, correct?
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
originally from where you originally from?
Richmond, Virginia.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
long way from home.
How'd you end up in Orangeburg?
I actually never heard about Claflin until I got an offer from the previous coach here, when I was playing in the AAU tournament my senior year. So I got the offer, did my research, and funny thing about it was it wasn't a lot online about, well, not online but on social media about Claflin. So that's another reason why I find interest in putting us out there and letting people see what we do. So people like me, if I'm getting recruited and I don't see anything about Claflin, it's gonna pull me away from accepting that offer or even going to visit the school. So I'm glad that didn't hold me back. I actually went on a visit. I came here. I had a great visit, and I just fell in love with the campus, the family feel to it. So I committed, and I've been here ever since. It's my 5th year. So
Wow, well put, well put. In closing, kind of tell me, each one of you, what it's been like working with the administrators, the sports administrators, and like I said, Janelle, they've been kind of bringing you along. They have a big picture for you. You know, they kind of invested a lot of time. Every time I come, you're involved with doing something in athletics. Y'all tell me what it's been like for you to be at Claflin. And Stephen, I know that 3rd generation there, it holds a little special meaning to you too. So y'all tell me a little bit about that, each one of you.
I'll let you go first.
Okay. So for me, I've been a student here uh for 5 years now, but this past year I've been jumping back and forth from student to um like a worker here. So it's been kind of different. But I will say that either side I'm on, whether I'm a student or I'm in my work mode, it's always feels like a family. The athletic department, they've known me for a while, but just to work with them now, they treat me like family still, but in a different way, just holding myself to a different standard, just holding my hand and helping me understand how everything works in the department, behind the scenes, and not just being a student or an athlete. So it's been good. I've spent the whole summer here, and I've loved every second of it. I miss home, but when I'm here, it feels like I'm home. So that was great.
That's really
So for me, Claflin has always been welcoming. I can think back to when I was a freshman. My first day here was like the most welcoming like parade you could ever have to welcome a student. Like as far as coming in is a big spectacle, but even like coming in here, come back 3-4 years later as an employee, somebody that's working with the staff and with the administration, it's been great. Everybody treats you well. Everybody treats you like family for the most part. As far as like me getting comfortable, like I've gotten comfortable within the first week of being here. Like it just makes you feel like you're at home. Like I don't know if it's just the way everybody, it's just good energy around here. I'll say that it's really good energy. It makes you feel welcome, and it makes you feel welcome to be here. So I enjoy being here.
ladies and gentlemen, you have it straight from the content creation team. Please know that we would look and hopefully have some additional things from them as they move forward. Anything that they send to us, we'll put it on here that you can see it. It'll be on our social media platforms and on Roku as well. But we thank both of you for being as honest as you were and bringing the energy that you brought. Thank y'all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.